Well, it happened. Not only has spring 2023 brought us content from bangers like Demon Slayer, Dr. Stone, Konosuba, and Ranking of Kings, but virtually every new airing anime is good too. Sometimes when I make these videos, I have a hard time finding even 3 shows to recommend, but this season I probably only have like 3 I didn't enjoy. Even the expected crappy isekais have just ended up being just average isekais. With that in mind, I'm going to do this vid a bit differently. Instead of just recommending 3 animes to watch, I'm going to go over every anime that I think's worth watching for this season. More of a complete guide to spring 2023.
俺はごめんだ。君が悪い。老婆で待つ子分たちの前で死んだ方が。
So no head?
Obligatory seasonal banger from MAPPA. What happens when you put a bunch of convicted criminals and executioners on a cursed-ass island to find an immortal elixir? Perhaps a bit of murder, deception-based murder. The Shogunate is offering a pardon to anyone who can bring back this elixir of life. But not only are the convicts competing against each other, but also have to deal with the island itself. We got bugs that turn people into flowers and a, again, giant fish guy with 6 arms.
Bro, I could save this fish.
Our main character, Gabimaru, doesn't seem super interested in that. In fact, he'd rather just die. However, he seems to be the definition of built different. Head chopped off, burned alive, drawn and quartered. None of it works.
Nanomachines, son. They harden in response to physical trauma.
Is he actually withstanding these things, or does he really not want to die? Turns out he actually doesn't. And for what reason, you ask? Yeah, that's right. He's got a wife. Not just a wife who was nice to him. If that doesn't show the true power of giving men compliments, I don't know what does.
Word around the office is you've got a fat cock.
Not much to say, but the anime's been incredible so far. Very, very brutal, but also filled with a ton of color. Finding out the mysteries of the island and who's maybe gonna deceive who at what time is super, super interesting. But at the end of the day, if you give me a show with a bunch of busted characters, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
A little kid in the background fucking going crazy.
This was by far the most surprising show I've watched. I was super close to turning off the first episode because it starts off really fucking weird. A doctor who's obsessed with an idol because of a past patient he had who was also obsessed with said idol. Both die and end up reincarnating as that particular idol's children.
I should have let you. What the fuck?
The concept of reincarnating as a baby with your previous mind never sits well with me, and there's a few questionable scenes, but I'm glad I kept watching because Oshi no Ko is fantastic. It's one of the only shows to provide an accurate commentary on idol culture and the overall entertainment industry. It rips down the whole sunshine and rainbows facade and really tells it like it is. I was actually able to relate as a content creator to a lot of the things that got discussed. You know, sometimes people put on these fake faces and try to be more entertaining just to, kind of upsell a product. I just gotta say I respect the hell out of the creator for bringing these almost taboo topics to light. It sucks to see the business side of things, but it really does change your perspective. And then not to mention, there's a bunch of crazy twists and turns to the show. I started off like, this is a bit weird, then like, oh, this is actually pretty decent, to, oh man, I'm really enjoying this, to, what the fuck did I just witness? Safe to say, I am heavily invested now and will be watching till the very end.
Yo, I bought a fucking door, dog.
Everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Saitama Potter. The concept of MASHLE isn't anything new. We have someone who is born without magical powers, but has this insane physical prowess, and they're trying to reach this monumental achievement. Our MC Mosh will need to become a divine visionary, the elite of the elite, to secure the peaceful life that he's always wanted. To do this, he has to go to a magic school, where he does not know how to use magic, so this is probably going to be pretty difficult, right? You would think so, but MASHLE really just proves that you could solve all of your problems by punching.
Violence is never the answer.
It's the solution.
Mash's physical strength is just so high that it makes everyone else's magic practically useless. And when I compared him to Saitama, he is Saitama, just has hair. A dude who just vibes and then people pick fights with them just because they think they're dumb and weak, and then they just proceed to completely body everyone in their way. Mosh is incredibly dense, but he always tries to do the right thing. It doesn't matter if you're the son of a powerful person or literally the vice principal of the school. If you're being a piece of shit, he's gonna treat you like one. The show's not even halfway finished yet, but we already have one of the coldest lines in anime history.
What are you doing? I'm burying you.
MASHLE is just a fun, good vibe show where you don't have to think too much. The deadpan style of humor is done really well, and you get to just sit back and watch an absolute physical specimen destroy everyone and eat some cream puffs. You know, this anime keeps saying intended for mature audiences, but I haven't really seen anything that's been too... Oh, this one's quite interesting. Some very questionable scenes, but very good as well. Tengoku Daimakyo feels like a combo of Parasite and Promised Neverland. We've had this apocalyptic collapse in the real world with dangerous creatures called man-eaters roaming the streets. But at the same time, there's this Promised Neverland-like nursery where kids are secluded from the outside with a lot of weird shit going on there. Strange experiments, robot-looking ass things, just doesn't give off a good vibe. The show's premise is kind of split into two stories, involving the sanctuary place as well as the outside world. I guess the people on the inside are trying to see what it's like on the outside, and the people on the outside are trying to find someone, which will probably end up leading to this inside. Kinda hard to tell what's happening at this point. It's incredibly fucking weird, but also quite intriguing. Production IG did a fantastic job with the animation, and the soundtrack gives off similar vibes to the game Stray, a sort of retro future feel. And not to mention the opening is the biggest banger of the entire season. Something tells me the stuff that's gone on so far is just the tip of the iceberg, and if you can get past some of the questionable scenes, the anime is really well written and full of mystery.
もう一生弾かないから。どうしても聞きたいなら3万円でこの CD。
買うさ。
We've got ourselves contenders for the best anime parents of all time. One of the risks of your kids growing up is them potentially getting involved with the wrong crowd, whether that's friendships or relationships. Unfortunately, too often people will get in relationships that are either emotionally, verbally, or physically abusive. Despite these mistreatments, a lot of people will go back to their abusers for a variety of reasons. Maybe the thought of being alone hurts more. They could get kind of blinded by these makeup honeymoon phases. It could be too dangerous, or maybe they believe their partner will change. Whatever the reason is, it fucking sucks because no one should have to go through that. I'm sure there's been many parents who have seen this unfold firsthand and wanted to do something to the abuser. For the pain they've caused their child, they might want to physically harm the person, or even kill them. That doesn't usually happen, however, as murder is illegal, but what if they actually did it?
What if this happened to you?
Well, our MC Tetsuo did just that. Got him pretty good, too.
Hiya! World War II is over. Use technology. Proper Asian use rice cooker.
Now, it's one thing to kill a piece of shit, but what happens when that piece of shit happens to be a member of the Yakuza? Tetsuo gets wrapped up in this world of underground crime and does everything in his power to not get caught and also keep his daughter out of the situation. And we gotta give a big shout out to his wife. Either she did some shady shit in her past, or she is the most ride or die person in existence, because she does not seem fazed in the slightest that her husband just murdered someone. The show's great at building tension without the need for excessive violence. You're constantly thinking, do these people actually know who committed the murder, or are they as confused as we are? You're never really sure what each character is thinking, and it makes for a very enjoyable watch.
That's good.
I think we can all agree that isekai is an oversaturated genre. You know, someone with a boring life gets murdered or hit by a truck and then reincarnates in a different world and becomes OP as fuck. But what about the reverse? What if someone was already in a fantasy world and reincarnated into the real world? Not as common, but has also been done before. Now, what if that person was a villain in their past life? That brings us to Dead Mount Deathplay.
That fucking sucks!
Our main character was known as the Corpse God in their previous life, and right before death they casted reincarnation magic, hoping that they could have a chance at peace in the next life. However, peace doesn't come too easily as they happen to reincarnate into a body that had an assassination hit out on them. Now our MC's forced to flip sides and stop evil so that they can have that ideal peaceful life. The show is incredibly edgy and filled with plenty of tropes, but still a ton of fun. The MC doesn't mind fucking bodying people who deserve it. He turned these dudes into a literal rock.
Shut up, bitch!
I get big vibes of the MC of Anos from the Misfit of Demon King Academy. It's not going to win Anime of the Year for its insane story writing, but just enjoyable to watch.
宇宙から流れ着いた私は流れ星の民の姫。
Yeah.
and I'm playing shortstop for the Mets.
What's an anime season without a bit of wholesomeness? We got a dude who supports his younger siblings as a manga artist. He works super hard, but it becomes increasingly difficult to keep up with his deadlines. I guess you could say my guy needs a bit of assistance. So, he gets an assistant. Shiori Goshiki is incredibly talented, but also apparently from fucking space, so she isn't super familiar with life here in Japan. And I guess our boy Ichiro isn't familiar with these space people because he thinks a pen is sticking in her back, but turns out to be some weird tail thing, and now they're technically engaged. You know, a super common workplace interaction.
This is the worst.
The show is basically our two main characters getting to know each other and developing their bond along the way. Some romance, comedy, and overall good vibes.
これが月かな。なかなかピントが合わないな。
クレーターまで見える。
From the creators who brought us a show where people have insomnia and like to explore at night, introducing a show where people have insomnia and like to explore at night. It's actually hilarious how many similarities Insomniacs After School and Call of the Night have. The general premise is the same, both made by Lead-In Films, and even the main VA is the exact same. The only difference is that Call of the Night deals with some vampires and Insomniacs is just students. I think Call of the Night was a bit more visually appealing, but I like the story more in Insomniacs. Plus, in this one, the characters become members of the astronomy club, so I'm hoping we get to see some pretty nice close-up shots through a telescope. Similarly to Galaxy Next Door, just some good wholesome vibes with some romance and comedy sprinkled in. There's plenty of other shows that are actually decent, but these would be the ones I'm considering finishing. This is by far the most current airing animes I've watched at the same time, and I'll honestly probably forget to watch a few of these past like episode 3, but I'm glad at least we have the options. Which shows are you planning on watching, or which ones have you been enjoying the most so far? Let me know in the comments. Hell's Paradise, Oshi no Ko, and MASHLE have probably been my favorites so far, but I'm also invested in the Megumin backstory, Demon Slayer, and the Ranking of Kings side stuff. I really appreciate the support on the videos, and I hope I can continue to be semi-consistent, but making promises and not delivering is something my dad did when he went to get the milk, so I can't say that we'll be getting vids weekly. If you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to support me further, the link to my Patreon is in the description. We have a bunch of cool rewards like exclusive content, early access, Discord badges, weekly hangouts, picking stream games, and shoutouts at the end of my videos, like for Killer Bunny, Leon, Little PK, Nova, Peppy Jewel, Nicholas Gutierrez, Tech Rob, Shaky Pants, and Chupa. That's all I got for this one. Hope to see you here again.